in the spirit of motivation, I told you guys that I was gonna have Taylor Deathridge here with me, and she is in the building. Hey, how are you,
Hey,
gorgeous?
good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
No problem at all. So this weekend, I had the opportunity to go out with True Foundation, God is Dope, and Emerging 100 Men of Atlanta, and they did like a lunch bag and toy drive, right? It was at the God is Dope location,
Yes.
and so we collected toys, and we made 1,000 lunch bag sandwiches,
Oh, wow.
and so they then took it and took it around to different homeless shelters in downtown Atlanta, which I thought was super dope, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
so you have like a similar initiative that
Yes.
you are working on, and so we're going to talk about that. But before we talk about that, I want to talk about Taylor. Okay, I want to talk
Okay.
about you, how you got into the beauty industry, and all those sorts of things. Is that okay?
Yes.
All
let's
right.
do it.
So who was the Taylor before Taylor?
Taylor.
What did you have going on?
Okay. Well, I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee.
Mhm.
Growing up.
Oh, Southern.
Yeah, I'm a Southern girl. My mom always instilled in me presentation. What you wearing, how's your hair,
Mhm.
what makeup you wearing, things like that.
Really?
So yes, I was definitely.
How young?
Ooh, very young, 5, 6. We used to
Ooh.
argue about what I was wearing to school. Like it was
Oh,
a thing,
shoot.
yeah. So that appearance and
Mhm.
beauty was also that was a big part of my life
Mhm.
growing up. And I just took a natural talent and inkling to hair growing up. My mom does a little bit of hair, so I probably got a little bit of that from her. But yeah, growing up throughout high school, I was doing friends' hair, family's hair, things like that. And I also took some cosmetology classes in high school. Got some hours during that time. I then went on to Spelman College. Yeah, I went to Spelman. And I started kind of doing a different route. My parents kind of wanted me to be more corporate as opposed to be in the beauty industry.
Okay.
So I tried that for my freshman year. I was trying to be a journalist major, things like that, trying to find something,
But it didn't feel right.
just wasn't working. Until I met someone at Spelman who was on a similar path that I was on. She wanted to be in the beauty industry, but she wanted to be on the business side of it. And she talked to me and somewhat mentored me on how to coincide the two, how to marry the two, and be on the business side, but also be in the beauty industry and own your own whatever beauty outlet. For me, it was on my own salon because I did hair. So I definitely took her advice. I came to my parents with this business plan, like I'm going to major in economics, I'm going to own my own salon, like I'm not just going to do hair, but I want to own the establishment. And ever since then, they were supportive. They were on band with that because, of course, it was...
Because you came with them
Right.
all together. If you would have
Right.
came with them and came to them and you wasn't prepared,
Right.
I don't think they probably would have supported you. But because you did,
Right.
that's why they supported you, which is
Right.
super dope.
Right,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
I
So
was very thankful.
what's your relationship like with them now after now opening your own salon and
Great.
your success?
Great. They're so proud of me. They're very supportive. Any idea that I have, any venture that I have, they're supportive because they know that I have the business mind behind it and it's a plan to it. I'm not just sporadic with it. So they're very supportive.
Are you familiar with Sierra Glam Shop down here in Atlanta?
Yes, I am. I'm a fan.
Yes, so when I talked to Sierra, she always talked about this guerrilla marketing tactic that she used when she started her business, right? And so with this, when she was opening the glam shop, she said that she would go out every day and she would have like a certain amount of flyers, and she would not come back into the house until all of those flyers were gone.
Right.
So what were your marketing tactics when you started your salon, or just in the beauty industry? How did you decide to brand yourself and get yourself out there?
Right. So I throughout college, and then I went on to Aveda, and I was accumulating clientele, throughout that whole journey. So I kind of had I was blessed to have a very loyal clientele throughout that. So I kind of had my set clientele, and I still do. But as far as marketing the salon, my dad is also an entrepreneur. He owns multiple businesses.
Okay,
around the
Dad.
United States. Right. So he's my business mentor, everything. So he is kind of on the number side. So we actually worked with a marketing company. And what we do, as opposed to me, and we also pass out flyers and things because we're in a plaza. But we send out 2,000 mailers to women in our area every month, different women in our area. It ranges to, we may go 10 miles, we may go 20 miles, but we send 2,000 to 4,000.
And how effective is that?
Very effective.
It is.
Especially because it's very personalized. So we put little sticky notes on it. calling the client by name and saying, no, you love our salon, come out and see it. I have my little story on the back of it. So a lot of people call and like, well, how do I know you? Where did I meet you from? Like, but we have a marketing company. Right. Just come on in anyway. And they love it. So that's been very effective thus far.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so talk about being a young millennial African American entrepreneur here in Atlanta in such a saturated market, because the beauty industry is saturated, period. But in Atlanta, I feel like everybody
really
does hair, everybody does make, everybody does that. So what sets your brand apart from everybody else's right now?
Well, at Taylor Styles Beauty Loft, my mission starting this was to bring back the old school beauty shop vibe. I feel like that's been very lost in the beauty industry and the salon industry now. I used to have a salon suite. I operated that for over 2.5 years, and what I was finding, I was getting bored, I was getting uninspired, because I was in a little box by myself. Nowadays everyone wants to be their own boss, which is great, but bringing back the old school vibes. You have an open concept salon, you have a stylist right next to you, you have dialogue, you have girl talk, right. We play beauty videos, YouTube videos, you get tips throughout the day if you're just sitting there watching your TV. We have a receptionist who greets you at the front desk. You're not just walking in, not knowing what you're doing. She comes around throughout your experiences and checks on you. We also have a full drink menu that we serve.
Excuse me. I can get lit and get my hair done at the same time.
Lit situation.
That's dope.
It's a lit situation. Free, we have wine, mimosas, and we also serve a signature cocktail that is exclusive to Taylor Styles Beauty Loft called Glam Juice. And if you find it anywhere else, it's not supposed to be there. So it's definitely exclusive to us.
Taylor, you reeling me in like this.
Come on in.
That is super dope. Oh my God. So talk about your grand opening. You just had a grand opening a few weeks ago.
We had our 1 year anniversary.
Yes, okay.
It was great. It exceeded my expectations. When I had my grand opening, it was me and my family. That was a year ago, just kind of planning. But this year, I had Milan helping me, and she was awesome.
Shout out to Milan.
Shout out to Milan.
Milan is here. She's in the building.
She was awesome. She made sure I didn't have to lift a finger. She secured everything.
But that's hard. That's hard when you are an entrepreneur. I love Milan to death. But let me tell you something. If I put on an event, I'm going to be going crazy. Especially if I can't do anything about it.
If y'all can see our text thread, I'm like texting her all throughout the day, after night, like, what's this? What's going on? But she definitely handled it. Everything was perfect. Yeah. We had our vendors and sponsors. We had the Frank Lamar on food. We had Simply Sweet ATL on desserts. We had Toonty, my visuals on photography. Cozy Abe on DJ, and then our lovely gift bag sponsor and the product that we also retailing is on Skin Garden. So everything was great. We had over 100 guests in and out of the building. Ayana from Growing Up Hip Hop came through. Bella Dundee on the pink carpet. So everything was great. We had a great turnout.
That's super dope. All right, so let's transition a little. Let's talk about a Tailored Christmas. Okay, so talk about, why you decided to do that this year and a little bit about the initiative.
Yeah, well, I feel like it would be foolish for me to have such a platform or for me to have an establishment that people come through in and out, every day and not give back to my community. I reach too many people for us to not come together and be able to give to those less fortunate during the holiday season, or any season really, but so we're accepting donations for our focus.
Coats, right?
Canned goods, coats, water, toiletries, anything that anyone in need would need right now. Our focus is women and children, just because Taylor Styles Beauty Loft focuses on women empowerment, but really anyone. We are donating to the Atlanta Mission My Sister's House. And I also want to, there's people that we drive past every day that may not be able to go to a shelter or anything like that I want to just be able to give literally directly to the street. So we're doing that as well.
Do you have a direct connection in any way to the organization in which you're giving to?
Not necessarily personally, but I chose that organization because My Sister's House, not only do they just house and give shelter to these women, they also spiritually pour into these women. They mold them as everyday women. They contribute to their well-being. So that's something that we believe in. Not just helping people internally.
Yeah.
So that's why I chose.
Absolutely. I was having a conversation with somebody this weekend when I was doing the lunch break drive, and I was like, you know what? I love the fact that everybody decides to do an initiative around the holiday, but I hate the fact that it's only around the holiday. It's like the summertime, these kids need clothes too.
Right.
You know, they're
Right.
hungry in January
Exactly.
and they're hungry in May.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, do you think or feel like you are going to do other initiatives throughout the year as well?
Yes, definitely. Being this, we've been open for a year, so this I was able to have time to organize this. But definitely, that's the same reason that I just said. It would make no sense for me to have such a platform and reach too many people to not give back to my community. We have a list of events that we're doing throughout the year.
And how can everybody keep up with those events?
Follow us on our Instagram, Taylor Styles Beauty Loft. Also on our website, www.taylorstyles.com. We post everything on there. You'll stay updated on our story, on our page. We do different. We have a big plan this year for 2019.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see that. And so, how can everybody contribute to a Taylor? First of all, I just love it. It sounds so grand. It just sounds bomb as hell. So, how can everybody contribute to what you have going on for Christmas?
Yeah, just come by our salon during business hours, Tuesday through Saturday. We're accepting donations all day, every day during business hours. We have a big, pretty pink box where you can just drop things off.
And it's only till the 20th though, right?
To the 20th.
Okay.
Well, I might extend it to the 22nd actually.
Y'all better follow her.
Yeah.
Y'all better follow her. If you're in Atlanta, you better follow her because right now it says the 20th, but she may extend it.
Yes, to get as much as we can, give everybody a chance because the 22nd is Saturday. I know people are off on Saturday, so I'll probably extend it until then.
Taylor is a young entrepreneur out here doing it. So what's next for you, Taylor, that you can talk about? Because I know Milan probably got you like tight-lipped. Don't you say nothing. But what can you talk about and share with us that you have coming up next?
Yeah, well, our next event that we're having is our open house on January 6th. I'm looking for all nail techs, lash techs. If you are in search of a salon home, a family-oriented salon home, luxury salon home, please come out to our event, our open house on January 6th. We're doing live interviews. We'll have some light refreshments and things. You can tour the salon. I'm trying to lock down a new lash tech and nail tech at our salon. So that's the next thing. Like I said, multiple events that you'll have to be on the lookout for on our Instagram.
She ain't gonna tell us that, y'all.
Right. So yeah, just stay tuned on our Instagram. You'll get all the little updates as we go.
Absolutely, and let them know one last time how they can follow you, Taylor.
Yes, our salon Instagram is at taylorstylesbeautyloft.com. Website www.taylorstyles.com. We're located in the Chamblee Brookhaven area, Chamblee Tucker Road. So come out, see us.
And what are your prices like? Talk about that a little bit, because you know that kind of
right.
Sis.
I got you.
You know.
We got some different ranges.
How can everybody check it out? They got to go to your website to check out your prices?
Yeah, all of our pricing is on our website. We have everything listed. It's not, no gray areas or anything like that. But we do everything. We have lower prices for lower type of services. You just want to wash and blow hair. We definitely do natural hair. Yes. Definitely do natural hair. We go all the way to making custom wigs. So our price ranges is kind of varies. We also sell a hair extension line. We sell a hair product line.
You didn't even say that.
Okay,
Talk about
I
that
know it's just so much. It's so much. We sell our own line of extensions, Taylor Styles Virgin extensions. Brazilian, Burmese, raw hair, virgin hair, blonde hair, wigs, full lace units.
Come on.
We do microlinks. We sell a hair care product line by Influence. We have the Skin Garden, which is a natural skincare line, which I mentioned earlier. All kind of different things. We have some more things that Taylor Styles is releasing in the coming year as far as a new product that we're releasing, so you have to follow us for that. But we definitely have a full retail area, full retail bar.
You better come through with that. Yes, I'm excited for you. Let them know one more time how they can follow you, because y'all need to follow her.
Yes, come follow me. Us, the salon, at taylorstylesbeautyloft.com. Well, that is the website. The Instagram is at taylorstylesbeautyloft.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And once again, shout out to my girl, Milan. I love me some Milan. And shout out to Taylor for coming through. Make sure that you guys go and follow her and show her some love. Call me up with your shout outs, your request, 678-999-8053. Make sure that if you are in Atlanta, you become a part of a Tailored Christmas. All you got to do is donate.
Yes,
you can become a part of it by just simply donating. So make sure to follow her so that you will know the location to go and drop off any items, canned goods, coats, anything. All of those sorts of things to help, guys. Do something this season that'll make you feel good, all right? It's your #1 destination for Southern hip hop and R&B, Southside on Dash Radio. Let's get into this Coca Vango Salsa on me. You did good, girl. Give it 5.